You were not meant to be a slave to the grind. You were not meant to trade your life force for money. You can escape gravity. You can unlock your life. You got this. Let's go.
Hello and welcome to Unlock Your Life. I'm your host, Jennings Smith. Appreciate you being with me today. We're going to be talking about a lesson that I learned from one of my kids, actually. And he taught it to me last Saturday. So last Saturday, I'm out in the yard. We had a hurricane here. Hurricane Ian struck Charleston. Not bad, but there was some down limbs, down branches, and the yard was pretty messed up. So we're out there. I'm with my boys. We got Jennings, he's 10, McCarthy, he's 8, and we're cleaning up all these sticks and branches. And we'd gotten most of the big stuff out, and I asked Jennings, the older boy, who's 10, to cut the grass. Let's cut the grass so that it'll kind of chop up all the remaining leaves and sticks and whatever, mulch it, and make the yard look good. So he jumps on the mower, or not on the mower, he's a push mower. He's pushing the mower, and after a while, McCarthy, the younger boy, is working with me, and we're doing the not as fun work, right? We're picking up the little sticks while older bro is mowing the grass, which is a more fun job. And McCarthy looks at me and says, "I can cut the grass too, Dad." And I look at McCarthy, and he's skinny. He is really skinny. He's a little guy. But this is one of those self-propelled mowers where you pull the little handle and it'll drive. And I almost said, no, Jennings has got it. You shouldn't be doing that. Don't worry about it. Just help me clean up these sticks. But I thought, okay, go get your shoes on. Because, of course, he's barefoot. This is the South, y'all. And so he's barefoot. He goes inside, gets his shoes on. And older brother is like, "You can't cut the grass. You don't know how to. You're not big enough." And he's like losing his mind about it. And I calm him down. I said, "What's the deal? Why can't McCarthy cut the grass?" He's like, "Well, you pay me $20 to cut the grass, and you can't be cutting my pay. Just because he cuts some of the grass, I still want to get paid." So I agree. I'm like, okay, listen, I'm just teaching him how to do it. It's okay. You're still going to get paid your money. Don't worry about it. So my other boy is very motivated by business and earning money, even at a young age. So we agreed to his objection. We overcame the objection. McCarthy grabs the handle of the mower. I help him get it started. And we section off this piece of the yard. And I'm just like, let's just cut this area here. And I take a deep breath as he's grabbing the mower and he's trying to start mowing. I'm like, hold on, McCarthy. And I'm thinking in my head about this huge speech I'm going to give him about how you got to check the gas levels and check the oil, and you got to, cut the perimeter and then fill it in and do stripes. And if you want to do a cross hatching and all the stuff that dads like to drone on and on about that is really, really boring. And I paused, right? So instead of doing all that, I just said, "All right, McCarthy, grab the handle of the mower and push it around and keep your feet away from the mower, right? Keep your feet away from the mower. And if you start to freak out, just let go of the handle and the mower will shut off." So those are the two basic safety rules about a lawnmower, right? You let go of that handle and the mower will shut off, and keep your hands and feet away from the blade, away from the mower, right? If you get that, you're probably going to be fine 99.9% of the time. So that's all I told him. And we crank up the mower and he starts cutting. And I mean, it's a mess, right? He's cutting the grass. He's not cutting the perimeter first, which is the way I like to do it. He's all over the yard. There's no rhyme or reason. You can't really tell what he's cut and what he's not cut, but he's getting the hang of it, right? He's getting the hang of it. All of a sudden he starts realizing, okay, I need to go back and forth in a line. So then I pause him and I say, "Hey, all right, just try to go as long of a stripe as you can, and then turn around and come back and do the other stripe. Go down and go back." So he starts doing that. I let him go for a few more minutes. And then I say, "All right, cut the perimeter, go around all the edges, just follow the edge and then see what happens." So he does that. He cuts around all the perimeter, and then he fills in a little bit more. And then he looks at me, he's like, "I'm done." I say, "All right, well, step back and let's see what's done, what's not." We see some patches that are missed, and he's like, "Okay, cool." So he goes and it probably took him 2 to 3 times as long as it should have to cut this little piece of grass, because he was all over the place, but he did it, right? He did it. And he started to learn. And there's an ancient Hebrew word, and it's called lamad, Lamad. I mean, that's not how you spell it in Hebrew, but it's translated English word lamad, and it means both to teach and to learn. However, it's not like the English version where to teach and to learn is kind of like a professor in college or school and you're sitting there taking notes and you're learning. It specifically means to learn by doing, right? To learn by practice. This is the kind of learning that is done through coaching. This is the kind of learning that McCarthy and I did, where it was like, all right, get started, right? Get started, get going, and then we can teach. So imagine, I don't know if you've ever played sports, but let's just say, well, I played basketball. So we'll use basketball. Let's just say that the coach is telling you, all right, this is how you shoot a free throw. You stand behind the line and you arch your wrists and you follow through and your eyes are on the basket and you visualize the ball and all this stuff. And he spent 30, 40 minutes, an hour talking about this, and we never got to shoot the ball. Right? Versus the group of kids that is shooting the ball for an hour and the coach is coming in and saying, hey, all right, try this. Okay, adjust this. All right, bend your knees a little bit. Okay, yep, make sure you're staying behind the line. He's giving those little tweaks, those little advice, but he's letting them learn by doing. Who do you think is going to have a better result? Which group of kids is going to have a better result after an hour? The kids that were practicing and actually shooting the free throws and dribbling and doing the drills, or the group that sat in the classroom and just listened to the basketball professor drone on about the techniques of learning how to shoot without actually doing it? So obviously, learning by doing is superior. This is the kind of learning that's done through coaching. And yet, this is not the way that we do it in the real world. This is completely not the way we do it in the real world. So if you know anything about me, I teach apartment buying, multifamily, real estate, that kind of thing. And there's a million courses out there on how to buy multifamily, how to buy rental properties, how to do real estate, how to structure the loan, how to find the deals, how to talk with brokers, how to raise money. There's no shortage of instructional stuff. In fact, I even have instructional stuff on it, right? And it's fine, right? You need it. You need the dad to say, keep your hands and feet away from the mower and let go of the handle if it gets away from you. You need the coach to say, if you're standing on the line or in front of the line, that your free throw is not going to count, right? You need some coaching there. You need some instruction. But I think that most often we take it way too far and we just focus on, I need more learning. I need more coaching. I need more instruction. I need one more course. And I'm not really willing to put myself in the arena just yet. Have you ever felt that way? Where you want to do something, but before you do it, before you try, it's really comforting because you're like, well, I haven't tried yet. It's going to work. I know it's going to work. Whenever I get around to doing it, it's going to happen. I'm just not ready yet. Not quite ready yet. I just need to practice a little bit more. I need to try a little bit more. I need to get my lighting right before I record my social media video. I need to, make a few more just written posts before I go live. All sorts of things that are going through our mind as to why we're not going to lamad, which means learning through doing. So when I let McCarthy get the feel of the mower, that was step one. When I let him take a few passes before I instructed him to try to cut long lines, that was step two. When I told him to cut the perimeter, of the grass and then fill it in, that's step three. And I promise you, if we keep going down this path by this coming summer, he's going to be giving his older brother a run for the money. He's going to be able to cut grass just as well as his brother, earn money doing that. And heck, maybe they can start a little landscaping company together. I don't know where it will evolve to, but if I kept just talking and teaching and trying to make sure that he didn't make any mistakes and he did it perfectly the first time, it isn't going to work. There was a group of people that was studied and they split the group into two groups, and it was pottery. He said, we want you to make the best piece of pottery that you possibly can. And group one, they said, you're allowed to make one piece and you can spend the whole 4 hours making this one piece so that it's perfect, right? The second group, they said, you have the same amount of time, you have 4 hours, but you can't just make one piece. You have to make as many pieces as you can possibly make. We're going to judge you on the quantity of the amount of pieces that you make, not the quality of what you do. So 4 hours pass, everybody gets to work, and group one is obsessing and fretting and trying to make their one piece just absolutely perfect. Whereas group two, first piece sucks, second piece sucks, third piece a little better, fourth piece they're getting the hang of it, fifth piece. By the time the 4 hours have passed, they've made something like 30 different pieces of pottery each. And guess what? Not only did they make the best or the most amount of pottery, they also made the best. The quality of their pieces far surpassed group one because they learned through doing. They implemented the Hebrew word lamad. So why are we so afraid to lamad? Why are we so afraid to jump off of that cliff? And I see it in my coaching and mentoring groups where they don't want to send out an offer, right? They don't want to send out a letter of intent, which is an offer in real estate where you're saying, I want to pay this much money. These are the terms, general. It's just like a one pager. They're not willing to do that. They don't want to call the broker and talk to them and say, hey, you got any deals coming up? I'm looking to buy real estate. I'm in the game. I wanted to connect with you. Well, let me just practice my script a little bit more. Let me just think about what I'm going to say. Let me underwrite a few more deals and analyze a few more deals before I actually make an offer. I'm not ready to make an offer because what if they accepted the offer and then I don't have all my money ready to go? I don't have all my loan lined up. I don't have all the ducks in a row. I don't know exactly how to do it. And it might not work. And I might fail. In basketball, you take a shot and you miss. That's fine. It's okay. At least you're closer to making your next shot. You know what it feels like to shoot the shot. And without missing the shot, you're never going to make the shot. The guy in the arena shooting the shot is going to be a lot better off within a short period of time than the guy that's in the locker room studying the techniques. So we've got to shoot this shot. We've got to learn by doing. And then the opportunity comes and we're not ready if we haven't been doing this. There's another aspect of real estate where I talk about how you can get in your first deal in 90 days. In 90 days, anybody should be able to get into a multifamily real estate deal. And when people first hear that, they're thinking, that's crazy. I don't have the money. I don't have the knowledge. I don't have the connections. I can't do that. And yet we have a pretty specific plan laid out that if you follow, it will happen. And one component of that plan is to start talking to an investor base, right? Friends, family, people that you know, business connections, people that are in your phone already, in your email list, on your social media connections, talking with them and generating soft commitments, generating conversations around, if we found a deal, possibly it would be structured like this. Would you be interested in investing in real estate? This is kind of what the returns would look like. And it's a real easy conversation. It's not high pressure. You're not asking that, oh, I got this deal right now and I really need you to invest. You are just planting the seeds. You're just setting the stage so that when you do have that deal, you're ready. And people won't do it, right? Well, I don't have a live deal yet. Well, what if they ask me a question that I don't know the answer to? Well, what if they do? What if they do ask you a question that you don't know the answer to? I mean, you could do three things. You could say, I don't know. I'll get back with you. You could say, I don't know, and freeze up and make a total fool of yourself. Or maybe you do know the answer and you can answer it succinctly. But either way, all three of those scenarios, you're still better off than not making that meeting, right? Because if they ask you a question that you don't know, you can go learn it and you can follow up. Or even if you flub it up, you'll learn that. And so then in your next meeting, you're going to know it. And either way, you're better off than not having the meeting, not shooting the shot. I see so many people that they want to study, they want to learn, they want to take courses, they want to read the next book, listen to the next podcast, watch the next YouTube video, and they don't want to get out there and get dirty. They don't want to get out there and get in the trenches and make the shot, shoot the shot, right? So you've got to get out there to get the feedback, to get coached, because if you're not willing to grab the handle of that lawnmower and start pushing, then I can't tell you to cut a straighter line. I can't tell you to do the perimeter. I'm just going to bullet out words, word vomit, and it's not going to stick and it's not going to mean anything to you. You've got to get the basics down, but the real magic happens when you are in the trenches, real time, doing the work, making the things happen, and getting that feedback so that you can adapt, you can adjust. So if you're listening to this today, I want you to think about what's something that you've been wanting to do, something that you've been thinking about doing, that you've been studying doing. What is some action that you can take? How can you learn by doing? What's something that you can do and isolate that objection? I want you to do a thought audit around that. So I'm going to do a thought audit right now, and then we're going to close. A thought audit around making an offer. So here's the objections. Why are you not making an offer? Why am I not making an offer? Write that down. Why am I so scared to not make an offer? Okay, objection 1. Well, I don't know how much to pay, right? I don't know what to offer. Okay, awesome. This is where a little bit of education is going to help you, but I can teach you how to make an offer within 5-10 minutes. That is not hard. Join my Facebook group. We'll send you a free calculator. You'll know what you can offer within 5 to 10 minutes, at least for a first rough pass. Okay? So, boom, objection overcome. Well, what if they accept my offer, right? What if they accept my offer and now I don't know if I really have a good deal? All right, well, if you accept the offer, either you have a good deal or you don't have a good deal. If you don't have a good deal, all you've done was make a non-binding offer, right? So the offer can just fall off the table. Hey, you know what? We looked into the deal deeper. We don't want the deal, or we could only do the deal at this price. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize this, and this. Okay, no harm, no foul, no big deal. You didn't put the thing under contract, right? You didn't put any money at play. You just made an offer. If it is, and they do accept it and it is a good deal, right? You can find somebody. There's plenty of people all over Facebook and real estate circles and real estate meetups that would be happy to partner with you and help you get that deal across the table, because good deals are hard to find, right? So now you're moving in the right direction. Now you've got something of value that you can bring to a heavy hitting real estate person who can mentor you, who can guide you. Now there's something in it for them, right? They want to spend time with you. They want to teach you this stuff because you're helping them. You're bringing them a deal. Okay, well, what if I can't get the loan? Well, same sort of thing. There's plenty of people that can partner with you to get the loan. These commercial deals, it's not like buying a single family home or qualifying for a car loan where it's just you. You can have partners, right? And you can have one person with a large balance sheet that can sign on that loan, and boom, that loan is approved. Whether your credit score is 200 and you have a former bankruptcy or not, you're going to get that loan approved if you have the right person on your team signing on that debt with you. What if I don't have the down payment? Or what if I don't have the down payment money? Well, you can raise the capital, friends and family. If you can't raise the capital, you can find someone to raise the capital. If you have a good deal, there are other people that will raise the capital for you. They'll get a piece of the pie, obviously, but you can get your deal done. You can start building momentum. You can also ask the seller to finance you. You can also ask the seller to help you with some of the down payment. You can get a primary loan and have the seller be one of your investors, and they get paid part of their money in a delayed fashion, right? After you refinance it or after you sell it in the future. Who knows what you can negotiate and work out with the seller. So there's another objection. But if you don't ever try the first step, a lot of those problems may never even become problems, right? You maybe get rejected on that offer, right? This is too low. We don't like it. Okay, that's okay too, right? Because now you're in the broker's mind. They know who you are. You're making offers. You're generating traction. You're getting more comfortable. The next offer you sent, your heart's not going to be beating as much. You're going to be more confident, more comfortable. There is no downside. There is no drawback to taking action in these instances, after you have a little bit of education. I'm not saying you don't need any education. You need the safety guidelines, right? But so many people get stuck there spending hours and weeks and months doing this, guys. And I'm a prime example. I spent 2 years studying multifamily before I made an offer. Like, what was I thinking? I was scared. I wasn't willing to lamad. I wasn't willing to learn by doing. So, guys, that's what I got for you today. I hope this is a succinct message that is hard-hitting and will encourage you to get up, get out there, make an offer. Guys, if I can help you, reach out to me, shoot me a message. And if this podcast means something to you, then hit me up with a 5-star review. That would mean a lot to me. I appreciate that. So, guys, make it a great week, and don't forget to unlock your life. Peace.
This is the podcastfactory.com.